complete this project, you'll need a few things. If you're doing it the way that I've done it, you would need a white and a silver acrylic paint. You need some Elmer's glue or a white glue, a couple of paintbrushes, a large one for painting on the canvas. That would be the large one. A large one for painting on the canvas and a smaller one for the glue spreading. A ruler. I've also used a very large ruler that is more like the size of the canvas, but that's optional. You can just eyeball it as well. Some toothpicks if you want to kind of space things out or measure them when you're deciding where letters go. Some DVDs, I think I used about 6. Pair of scissors to cut the DVDs with, a canvas, whatever size you like, and a couple of containers, like I said, to hold the shards. I peeled off the glassy, plasticky part of the DVDs as it came off and cut those separate to give the purple ILY and then the more iridescent backing of the DVDs I used for the 3000. So that's what I used. I also used a paper plate to mix the gray and white, silver and white paints together before painting. So that's what you need for this project. I've got my basic sort of acrylic paints here. Got from the store in a large pack. I'm just going to mix, I think, equal parts silver and white and a lot of water just to give it a really light coat. I don't want it to be too strong. So just wet down the canvas a little bit before we apply our base coat. We decided to do a silver and a white together, just a real light kind of shiny coat to cover up some of these black marks and stuff that we had when we bought it. And we'll go ahead and get the sides as well to just give it a more finished look. All right, so as I was adding the color to the canvas and with the water, I was getting a lot of streaking. So I've decided to just use the streaking to kind of come from a point and kind of go across, maybe a little reminiscent, a little reminiscent of the dusting from the previous movie, from Avengers 3. I don't know, but I think that we can utilize that. Well, right now, doing some cutting up of DVDs. So we have several extra DVDs, which I'm cutting into strips and then cutting into chunks here to put on the canvas. We have the most of DVDs, so I'll probably use those. They also seem to have the best color and the most reflection, I find. We also have some CDs, which are quite nice, but they don't have the depth of color that I like anyway. And then we have some Blu-rays as well, but they don't actually cut very well and they don't reflect very well. So
you can just see the little numbers there.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to work with mostly the DVDs. So as I'm cutting the DVDs, I am finding that this plastic piece is separating from the other, and that's okay. You can just cut up these, which are the more reflective, and toss these if you want, or you could include them as well. I'm doing kind of a mix of both. And I'm just trying to cut them at angles into fairly small pieces. So we finished the canvas. I'll show you that in a minute. But right now we're testing out. We plan to glue right in glue. Can you see? I don't know if you can see this glue.
It's really hard to see it.
There's white glue right here. And I've drawn a 3 in the glue, and then I've spread it out with this paintbrush. And now I'm going to sprinkle these cut DVD chips over it to glue on there and just get a feeling for how it's going to look on our art when we're done.
Do it that way.
Pretty nice.
Ooh.
Sticking pretty well. Come back through and maybe do down here. Just get the rest
Maybe
of that
right there.
free. Oh yeah, over there. So I think that's going to work. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, that's
so pretty.
Bling off of that is beautiful, and it pretty much sticks well right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe we'll go through and just press it down a little bit to make sure that it's got a firm adherence to the glue.
Don't poke yourself.
It's pretty good. Oh, that's going to turn out pretty. So this is our canvas now that I'm done painting the base coat. Hopefully you can kind of see the swooshing, the sort of wind or whatever you want to call that cloudy sky there.
It would be a very nice cloudy sky.
Yeah, that's kind of sweeping across there. It's covered up some of the blemishes, and I think it's going to give us a nice base, I hope, for when we come back and put in the I Love You 3000 on it. All right, so we tried another thing. We'd considered doing colors, like red, black, gold, blue for Cap, Natasha, and Iron Man colors. But ultimately, I think that the red just doesn't look as nice as the white sort of background, really letting it reflect. So I think we're going to stick with just the white glue behind the DVD. I want to get the ILY over on the side here. So I've partitioned it into 3 equal spaces with about a ½ inch on the top and the bottom. And then I'll measure across the canvas going this way to try to evenly space the 3000. Then I'm going to take glue. I'm just using an Elmer's glue. And I will kind of draw the ILY on the canvas. And then I will use a paintbrush to make it wider, and then I will be sprinkling the light purple on those sections. And then I will repeat that for the 3000 using the full DVD shards that I have cut up here. The ILY done in the purple, and then I use toothpicks to mark out the 3000 where that's going to go. It's about 6 1/4 inches apart and about 2 3/4 inches from the top and bottom edges. And then I'm going to put the glue on and then put on the CD shards. I finally finished. It looks pretty nice, I think. So I've got all of the DVD shards here making up the 3000. It's got a mix of the light purple. We had a purple / white-sided disc, so it's got some white in it, but it really is reflecting the light nicely. And then the ILY and just more of the purple and less of the iridescent. I did, after I applied them, stand it up and kind of tip it so that the extras fell off, and I could fix that up a little bit. I also looked for any gaps in the glue. It's a little hard to see because it is on white, but I think I got most of it, and then we're just going to let this dry overnight. One thing that I would like to do, I think, is maybe put a finishing spray on it. So there you go. I hope you liked it. ILY 3000, and I'd love to see your creations, so feel free to post those in the comments.